BTB listeners, thank you so much for checking out today's episode. Listen, if this episode inspires you, do me a favor and take 5 seconds to shoot me a like and subscribe to the podcast. There are several more exciting guests that are in the pipeline, and I just can't thank you enough for your continued support, and let's keep paying the mission forward.
So what are these practical tools that we can use to overcome the odds? What can you use right now in your life to have that no doubt mentality amongst the most difficult circumstances, the most challenging of odds that you're facing? Here's the toolkit. Number one is reset fast. If you make a mistake, in tennis terms, if you miss a shot, reset. You messed up for a day, reset. Life isn't about being perfect. That's why I love the game of tennis. You got to win 51% of the points to win a match. If you got a 51% on a math test, that's an F. But in tennis, it's an A. It's about how fast you recover and less about being perfect.
What are you built to be? What are you built to become? The time is now. The time is right now. You weren't built to break. You were built to be something greater. Welcome to Season 2 of the BTB Project. I'm your host, Kollman Gearhart. I was an overweight kid, one counted out, lost 100 pounds, found purpose in the pain, and turned my setbacks into a story worth telling. This podcast isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about identity, discipline, and comebacks. Getting up one more time and becoming who we're always meant to be. If you're ready to go deep, do the work, and live out what you're built to be, you're in the right place. Let's lock in, let's rise, and let's get to work. Welcome back to the BTB Project. I'm your host, Kollman Gearhart. In today's BTB Shorts, we're going to talk about what it's like facing the giant in your life. When the odds are against you, when the critics are loud in your ear saying that what you're trying to do, what you're aspiring to do is impossible. And everything about the situation you're about to face is something that you won't be able to overcome. And that it's just time for you to back down. It's time for you to stop giving effort. And I called today's episode "To Slay the Dragon" and how to rise when the odds are against you. This episode is for the dreamers. The listeners out there that feel like they're the underdog, they're the warriors in training, the ones that are preparing to sharpen the axe, to equip the sword, to gather the shield, to go slay the dragon. I got intrigued by this topic as I've had many dragons that have had to be slayed. And I know for those that are tuning in today, feel very similar, that life has its ebbs and flows of moments where it feels like it's effortless. There's not much resistance to what you're putting into the world, to what you're getting out from it. And I want to really dial in on what it means to have these dragon moments. I've learned that any journey that's worth a darn when it comes to going after something
always going to lead you to a gate of uncertainty, or a moment like you got to step back and realize that you have this obstacle, this obstruction in front of you. You have this unknown. You aren't sure what's on the other side of. You sure as heck know what you've done to get to that point, but you don't quite know what to do to get through that gate, to get to that dragon on the other side that you know you need to dominate, you need to slay. This moment in time is a metaphor that breaks down the ordinary people to the exceptionable people. I've shared this a few times on the podcast, but I think it's important to use this as framework for relating it to the dragon in your life. Being involved as a high school tennis coach in the state of Colorado for over the last 17 years, one of the common themes that people know about is the unbelievable history of championship success from Cherry Creek High School. It's one of the largest public schools in the state of Colorado. I believe just this past year, they were voted nationally as the most successful high school athletics program in the country across all sports based off of championships won, finishes at each respective sport. Cherry Creek High School is the most successful in the United States. So what does that have to do with tennis? It's rather daunting what the Cherry Creek tennis program has done over the last 50 to 60 years. On the boys' side, especially, it's been 30, 40 state championships. Girls' side might be even more. Constant success. The average high school tennis team is 11 players that represent varsity, and they typically have about 160, 170 kids that come out each year to compete for their team. So it's a large juggernaut program. And here I am, the high school tennis coach, where I'm representing other schools over the last 17 years that compete against Cherry Creek. And I've been able to have my mini dragon slayer moments of individuals from the teams that I've coached find a way to beat Cherry Creek over the years. But I've never had a team that's been able to defeat the Cherry Creek Bruins. That would be an example of a gate. That's a gate that might feel insurmountable. But for you, the listener, your gate might be a job interview that you don't feel like you're ready for. It might be a diagnosis you never thought you'd hear. Might be a family struggle. Getting that phone call, hearing the news from your relatives. It might be an addiction. Just can't put the bottle down. Get the drugs out of your hand. That gate could be a past that haunts you. So we all have this version of the dragon. The difference, though, that I want to make very clear is that some people run from that dragon, but then there's other people that decide to rise, grab the sword, grab the shield, grab the axe, and go face it. So I want to put together the framework of what it really takes to slay these dragons in our life. for you to be equipped to not feel scared, to not feel overwhelmed, to actually go after these dragons. So what's the first thing we have to do? The first thing we have to do is we have to prepare for battle. You don't rise to the level of your potential. You fall to the level of your preparation. It's one of the best quotes I've ever heard. We sometimes feel like we're supposed to just wing it in our preparation, so that when these moments come up and the gate's right in front of us, that all of a sudden we do this heroic feat to overcome the challenge. And that's, at least in the most successful aspects of my life, that's not how this works. So how are you preparing? I recently told the tennis team that I'm coaching, who happens to have a chance to play Cherry Creek here in a week, the semifinals of the state dual championships. I believe it's the 5th time that we've played Cherry Creek, or the 4th time that we've played Cherry Creek in the semifinals. We've never beaten them. And I figured I would take this battle plan to the team so that we could start preparing. And here are the 3 preparation principles I shared with the team that you can use in your life right now. Script your first move. Don't walk into a battle without a plan. Whether it's the first 5 minutes of a presentation or your first conversation with someone that you've been avoiding for the better part of your life, script it, visualize it. Have it be something that you actually play out in your head, that you get the practice reps in your mind before the battle happens. Tennis team, we actually have a few matches for the individual regional playoff that allows them to qualify for the individual state championship. We have matches before the match against Cherry Creek to where we get to audition the mindset that we're creating that we're going to use against the Dragon. So these next few matches, we're visualizing how we're going to play our first couple games. We're scripting exactly what we're going to do so that we're the ones that are dictating instead of our opponents. Very powerful exercise I challenge you to tap into. So as you're scripting and preparing and visualizing, what happens when you start coming under fire in the preparation? Stay neutral under fire. We have a choice every single day on how we use our emotions. Emotions truly only go 2 ways. They only go up and they only go down. To keep those emotions neutral is to your benefit. You'll feel fear. You're going to have doubt. You're going to feel pressure. If it's not meaningful, it would be kind of weird not having those types of feelings. Find ways to take those moments where you feel the pressure and calm your emotions, control your emotions, breathe, use positive affirmations, find ways to open your eyes and take that deep breath and stay present to see what's around you rather than thinking too far ahead and thinking too far behind. Don't over celebrate your highs in your preparation. Don't collapse your darkest and lowest of lows. Stay neutral. Third is practice connection. No one slays a dragon alone. We're going after one of the greatest high school tennis programs in the nation as a team, as 11 players acting as one vessel for one common outcome, for one goal. We are together. If you don't have a team, have a mentor, have a support system of friends that are going to be around you. In our match, it's 7 courts that are going to fight as one. So who's fighting with you? Number 2 is what I call the no dip rule. What does the no dip rule have to do with slaying a dragon? The no dip rule is very simple. As you're going after the dragon in your preparation, practice on no dips in energy, no dips in your belief, and no dips in your effort. Dragons thrive on hesitation. Love to see when you're scared, when you're frazzled, when you're off your game. They know that they've intimidated you at that point. They want in that moment for you to flinch. They're anticipating the dip so that they can strike, shoot the fire out of their mouth in that moment. The moment they see you down, they will attack. What happens if you don't dip? What happens when you don't dip, when you keep going after failure? When you bring your focus, even when you're tired, when you keep swinging when others are folding, others are giving up. What does the dragon do when it sees somebody actually not dipping? I'll tell you what happens. The dragon starts to doubt itself. And the moment that that happens, that's the turning point. That's the turning point to where if it wasn't the gate, if it wasn't getting through the gate to get to the dragon, if it wasn't preparing to get through the gate to get to the dragon, to then face the dragon, not having doubt when you get there, this changes everything. So what are these practical tools that we can use to overcome the odds? What can you use right now in your life to have that no doubt mentality amongst the most difficult circumstances, the most challenging of odds that you're facing? Here's the toolkit. Number 1 is reset fast. If you make a mistake, in tennis terms, if you miss a shot, reset. You messed up for a day, reset. Life isn't about being perfect. That's why I love the game of tennis. You got to win 51% of the points to win a match. If you got a 51% on a math test, that's an F. It's a huge challenge. But in tennis, it's an A. It's about how fast you recover and less about being perfect. Next is see what's in front of you. See what's present, not everything that's around you. Don't think about the whole mountain that gets to the gate that gets to the dragon. Just focus on the next step in front of you. Focus on staying present. Win the next point in your life. Be able to have a 1% better everyday mindset. And as you chip away at overcoming your dragon, it seems less and less daunting. Make sure that you're affirming with action. Words like "I got this" are powerful. We are so easy to demoralize ourselves as human beings. It's easy to make fun of ourselves or talk ourselves down or out of frustration say that we're not good enough. It's easy to do that. Everybody does that. But what if you start being positive? What if you have some affirmations that you're saying about yourself that reaffirm who you are? It gives you the strength, the well-being to continue to be resilient, to keep going. That's what allows you to keep moving. That's what allows you to stay on track. Remember, don't win alone. Don't lose alone. Whatever you're facing, involve somebody. Our lives are designed to do life with people. Text a friend, share a burden, speak the fear. If you are in community, 100% of the time crushes shame, crushes insecurity, crushes self-doubt. Get yourself around like-minded people. Get yourself around the BTB community. Get yourself around ones that push you. Never do it alone. Remember, when you're facing the dragon, it might feel like the odds are stacked against you. When we go out and play Cherry Creek, I have no idea what the outcome's going to be. I know that challenge feels pretty big. It's felt big the last 17 years. What I keep realizing year after year is I was built to be somebody that helps others do things that are not easy. I was built to help others do things that are extraordinary. Preparing people to be extraordinary. You were built to slay the dragon in your life. And maybe you don't feel like a warrior yet. Maybe right now in this moment, you feel down, deflated, beat up, not sure what direction to go. That's okay. I'm here. I'm here to listen. I'm here to be right by your side. But let me remind you something as you're sitting in that place. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be purpose-driven. You don't need history. You just need to find your hunger. You don't need a crowd. You need a conviction. A conviction to be delusional and to go after what your heart, what your mind, and your soul desires. Every dragon that I face in my life and that you're facing in your life has a weakness. Every giant can fall, but only, and this is a big if only you decide to step forward. So whether your dragon is team, a trial, a trauma, or a timeline, don't run from it. Don't wait for your shot. Create it. The time is now. And just like we're doing on the tennis court, prepare like it's already game day. When those moments come up of anxiety, stress, stay neutral, stay connected, slay the dragon. You were built to be something greater. Now, I want you to go prove it. Listen, if this BTB Project episode impacted you about slaying the dragon, do me a favor and like and subscribe to the BTB Project. Better yet, send this message to a family member, friend, or colleague. And go slay dragons together, doing this as a BTB community. has been so fruitful and impactful for my life. I'm just deeply grateful for the support, for the movement to continue to push forward. As always, I'm proud of each and every one of you. And until next time, take care.